In a sleepy village nestled between rolling hills, there stood an old stone staircase that had quite a story to tell. Unlike normal staircases that march steadily upward, this one was different. Some of its steps were missing, creating mysterious gaps that seemed to challenge anyone who dared to climb. Day after day, children from the village would gather at its base, their eyes fixed on the summit that disappeared into the misty heights. They'd try to climb, stretch their legs across the gaps, but always retreat. "It's impossible," they'd say, kicking pebbles in frustration. No one can climb a broken staircase. But the staircase held a secret. One moonlit evening, as the village settled into silence, it called out to a young girl named Elara. She was different from the others, smaller, quieter, but with a spark of determination in her eyes that the staircase recognized. In a whisper that sounded like rustling leaves, it urged her to try one more time. Elara stood at the bottom, her heart racing with possibility. Instead of seeing the gaps as obstacles, she began to see them as puzzles waiting to be solved. She tried jumping, sometimes too far, sometimes not far enough. She gathered fallen branches to create makeshift bridges. She even lay down flat on her stomach, stretching like a cat to reach the next step. Each attempt taught her something new about herself and the art of climbing. Hours passed as Elara worked her way up, one creative solution at a time. When she slipped, she didn't give up. She learned. When her arms grew tired, she rested, but never retreated. The staircase seemed to come alive beneath her touch, encouraging her with gentle whispers carried on the wind. Finally, as the first rays of dawn painted the sky in soft pinks and golds, Elara reached the top. To her amazement, the old staircase began to glow with a warm, golden light. There, hidden in the clouds, was a magical garden filled with flowers that sparkled like stars and trees that sang in the morning breeze. Word spread quickly through the village. Other children came to see what Elara had discovered, and she showed them how the missing steps weren't really missing at all. They were opportunities in disguise. Some learned to jump higher than they ever thought possible. Others became masters at problem solving, and a few even invented new ways to climb that no one had imagined before. The old staircase still stands there today, its gaps no longer seen as flaws, but as precious teachers. It reminds everyone who visits that sometimes the best paths aren't the easiest ones, and that what seems broken might actually be perfectly designed to help us grow stronger, braver, and more creative than we ever thought possible.